What up, everybody? The Iceman here on this Wednesday, June 28th, 2017. And yeah, SmackDown Live had Money in the Bank once again for the women, uh, for the right to have a contract to go after the present women's champion. Now, we had at the pay per view, we had uh, interesting results where James Ellsworth sort of like climbed the ladder, took the briefcase down, and dropped it in the hands of Carmella. She was crowned the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match. But Daniel Bryan came back and he sort of said, no, this isn't how it's not going to be. How it's going to be, it's unacceptable. We're going to have a rematch of the Money in the Bank ladder match on this coming SmackDown Tuesday. And they did. And when all said and done, guess who ended up being the winner? It was Carmella once again. Yes, James Ellsworth, who was banned from ringside, did show up. He made an attempt to try to get the briefcase down, but he was thwarted by the efforts of the other women involved. But when it was all said and done, Carmella climbed up to the top of the ladder and she unhooked that briefcase. So she, again, is the Money in the Bank briefcase contract holder. Now, she's got a year to attempt to cash in. Who's to say when it's going to be? Right now, as Naomi is still the women's champion after defeating Lana last night on SmackDown, you know, one could say that Carmella being the heel, she could end up cashing in on Naomi, but we'll have to wait and see what develops there in the near future. What do you think about Carmella winning? My opinion, I like Carmella. I think she's good on the mic, and I think that WWE thinks so as well. She handles herself quite well, and it's time for a push. And I think the WWE has given her a push. Let's face it, you look at all the women on the roster. You have Becky Lynch, she's already had the title. And when she lost it to the then SmackDown uh, roster in the women's locker room, Alexa Bliss, she couldn't beat her. Alexa just thwarted every attempt that Becky Lynch had to try to get that title back. She couldn't beat her. So now we have Charlotte Flair on the roster. We have Tamina. We have Natalya. There's a number of women that could eventually have an opportunity again. But right now it's Carmella. And I like Carmella. I like the heel women, so to speak. Like Alexa Bliss, I think is great on the mic. A lot of people don't like her, but I do. And I like Carmella too. I love her music. I love the way she is in her in-ring demeanor. And I think she eventually, when she does win the women's title, which I do think she will, put in the cash in. Now, she's got a year, but it's not going to be no year. Trust me. Because of the way that the women's division swaps belts on both Raw and SmackDown. I see Carmella cashing it in, possibly at SummerSlam. I think Naomi will have a match at SummerSlam, with whom I'm not sure. And I have a funny feeling that after that match, then maybe Carmella might cash it in. We'll have to wait and see. But what's your opinion about Carmella winning the Money in the Bank briefcase with the contract? I like it. And it was sort of funny too because when they announced they were going to have the redo of the Money in the Bank ladder match on this past SmackDown Live, I said to myself, it's not going to change a thing. They're not going to change who they're going to have win. It's going to be Carmella once again, but she's going to do it the right way this time. They just wanted to create a little bit of controversy to put that match on SmackDown Live to probably try to help with the ratings, which right now with Raw and SmackDown, the ratings have dropped, and they are dropping every week. So the WWE needs to find a way to try to improve on those ratings. Now, whether they're going to or not remains to be seen. We'll just have to wait and see. I think the creative team needs to come up with better writing. I think it's stagnant. But then again, it's just that time where everything just seems to go sour. So, with all that being said, on this Wednesday, this is the Iceman. Tell me what you think. Peace out.